Hey, let me ask you something. When you stepped on that court with MJ, did he have a glow?
I swear to God, he had the orange joint. Hey, listen, I'm not even laughing at this.
Look,
You ever look into the sun? Don't do this, but look into the sun, and if you look into the sun and look back at something, you're gonna see like a green, right? Man, listen, you know, from North Carolina, to hear that,
Jordan, you gonna see the orange?
Lord, listen, I'm in Chicago, I hear it. The nigga walk out here, I swear to God, it seems like everything is stopped. This nigga is moving like in slow motion. Every motherfucker in here looking at him, and he know it.
Right.
Never seen a nigga on the stage like bro, you know, MJ.
So he came up in this suit, I swear. It was like looking into this light, dead into this light when he walked in the room. And you couldn't he was just glowing. Like Bruce Leroy. Like it was like, damn, that's Mike right there. I'm in college too. So I had a chance to shake his hand and take a picture with him. But I don't know if I ever met another person like that in my life or seen that. I can't even think of no other superstar, whether it's sports or actor, to where I saw them and was just like, it was like mesmerizing to just see them in person.
And you got to meet Muhammad Ali in real life.
Yeah, I did get to meet Muhammad Ali.
He had a presence?
Yeah, he definitely, I forgot about that. Muhammad had a presence. And actually,
Muhammad Ali's presence?
Muhammad Ali had a presence. I sat on the couch and I got a flip with him.
I seen that. You got
that was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy.
There are certain nights when basketball transcends the game and turns into pure legend. Kevin Garnett still remembers the first time he shared the court with Michael Jordan, and for a moment, time itself stood still. The crowd went silent, the lights felt hotter, and every eye in the arena was drawn to him as if gravity had shifted toward one man. When Jordan stepped onto the floor, the entire atmosphere changed. Garnett said it felt like staring at the sun, too powerful to face directly without feeling its heat. He'd met icons like Muhammad Ali before, but Jordan's energy was on another level, not just charisma, but raw electricity. The moment that aura hit, everything else, plays, strategies, matchups, faded away. Opponents were beaten before the ball even went up. With just one look, one word, or a single smirk, Jordan could control the entire rhythm of a game. These aren't just basketball stories. They are first-hand accounts of surviving a force of nature known as Michael Jordan, the man many called Black Jesus, the player with the most commanding presence the sport has ever seen in NBA history. Only a handful of legends carried fear like a weapon. Kobe had that killer instinct. Shaq was a 7-foot wrecking ball built to destroy, and Allen Iverson left defenders frozen while the crowd exploded. Larry Bird. He could shatter your confidence with just one sentence, like when he strolled into a 3-point contest, looked around, and said, "So, who's playing for second?" But even among giants, no one commanded fear like Michael Jordan. He didn't just dominate, he dismantled. Jordan was ruthless, calculating, and unrelenting toward anyone bold enough to challenge him. Nick Anderson once mocked him, saying, 4 to 5 isn't 23, after Jordan's short-lived jersey change. The next game, Jordan switched back to 23, and the jokes stopped instantly. Everyone learned the same hard lesson: don't poke the bear. Don't wake the monster. Around the league, those warnings became legend. One player bragged at halftime that he had 10 points while Jordan only had 4, and by the time the game ended, he understood exactly why you never taunted Michael Jordan. By the final buzzer, Jordan had exploded for 44 points while that same player who mocked him could barely move. That was MJ. If he couldn't find a reason to take something personally, he'd invent one. Before the 1992 finals, analysts dared to suggest Clyde Drexler might be the better shooter. Jordan responded with 6 threes in a single half and 35 points in just 24 minutes, setting an NBA Finals record and ending the debate instantly. Then came the story of La Bradford Smith, who once dropped 37 on Chicago and reportedly told Jordan, "Good game, Mike." Whether he actually said it didn't matter. Jordan decided he did, and the very next night, he dropped 36 points by halftime just to make a point. That's who he was, not satisfied with victory. He wanted to crush your spirit completely. Even his teammates knew what that switch looked like. One recalled a young player having a breakout game while a veteran praised him. Jordan overheard, walked over, muttered something, and then turned into a storm. A 25-point lead evaporated as MJ went from 18 to 40 points in minutes during a 1995 playoff game against the Hornets. And when 5 feet 3 inches Muggsy Bogues found himself open in crunch time, Jordan backed off, smirked, and said coldly, "Shoot it." When Muggsy Bogues took that shot, he missed, and many say his confidence never fully returned. Then there was Dike Mutombo, who once bragged that Jordan had never dunked on him. The very next game, MJ corrected that, throwing down a dunk right over him and finishing it off with Mutombo's own signature finger wag. Utah learned the same lesson. After Jordan dunked on John Stockton, Jazz owner Larry Miller shouted, "Pick on someone your own size." So, the next trip down, Jordan soared over 7'1" Mel Turpin and fired back. Is he big enough for you? For Jordan, competition was never just about basketball, it was personal warfare. During the 1992 Olympics, when Christian Laettner beat him in ping pong, Jordan went silent for days, then secretly bought a table, practiced obsessively, and came back to destroy him in a rematch. Even in Bulls timeouts, he found ways to compete, betting his teammates on rigged Jumbotron races just to keep winning. That drive consumed everything. It didn't matter if it was a friendly game or a championship. In practice, that same fire boiled over. He punched Steve Kerr, swung on Will Perdue, because to Michael Jordan, winning wasn't just an act, it was a mindset that never turned off. Jordan had a way of cutting deep, even with his own teammates. He'd mock Bill Cartwright, calling him Medical Bill, and sometimes throw passes meant to embarrass him. In The Last Dance, we saw him verbally dismantle Scott Burrell with constant trash talk that never let up. Some called it toxic, others called it brilliance. With Kwame Brown, Jordan tried to forge toughness by breaking him down at every turn. Even in his Washington days, long past his prime, that edge never faded. He told a young Kobe Bryant, "You can wear my shoes, but you'll never fill them." And the thing is, every word carried weight because he always backed it up. Bulls practices were legendary. Teammates said they were harder than real games. Jordan demanded excellence, but he never asked for more than he gave himself. From the moment he entered the league, he was a storm, dropping 37 points in just his third game and leading the NBA in scoring as a rookie. His hang time, his power, his will, they redefined the game. Against Cleveland, he poured in 69, telling Craig Ello exactly how he was going to score, and then doing it right in his face. Legends still whisper about the night Jordan seemed to defy gravity, taking off from one side of the lane, gliding through the air, and finishing with a move so unreal that veterans were left speechless, calling friends just to say, "Did you see that?" But Jordan wasn't just a scorer, he was a nightmare on defense too. He ranks 4th all-time in steals and once recorded 8 in a single half against Boston back in '88. His final masterpiece as a Bull came when he stripped the ball from Karl Malone and buried the dagger that sealed his 6th championship. Over his career, Jordan delivered 28 game winners, including 9 buzzer beaters, still an NBA record. He thrived on pressure, loved the silence before the shot, and left heartbreak scattered across the league. And the craziest part, none of this is legend, it all happened. Players lived it, teammates survived it, and rivals still fear it. The stats tell one story, but his aura told another, one that no one has ever replicated. So the question is, can any player today truly match that level of fear and dominance? Let's hear your thoughts, because this debate is nowhere near finished. And if you're still here, locked in, you already know, we're only scratching the surface of the legend known as Michael Jordan. When he retired in 1998, the Chicago Bulls empire crumbled overnight. The dynasty that once ruled basketball became a disaster, bottoming out with a pathetic 49-point game against Miami in 1999, the lowest scoring performance of the modern era. That number said everything. Jordan alone had 39 games with at least 49 points. One man used to outscore entire teams, and without him, the Bulls had nothing. Even years after hanging up his jersey, that competitive fire never went out. In 2007, at 43 years old, running his own basketball camp, Jordan got challenged by O.J. Mayo, the #1 high school player in the country at the time. Mayo started talking trash, saying, "You can't guard me." Jordan calmly ended the session, sent the campers to bed, and called Mayo back to the court. What happened next was vintage MJ. He looked the kid dead in the eye and said, "You might be the best high school player in the world, but I'm the best player in the world." Then he backed it up, game after game, possession after possession. From that night on, O.J. Mayo didn't win a single matchup. That was Michael Jordan, past 40 and still schooling future NBA stars just to remind them exactly who they were dealing with. Even into his 50s, stories kept surfacing of him beating pros one-on-one, turning what started as a dream matchup into a harsh reality check. But for all his greatness, Jordan wasn't flawless. In the 80s, he didn't even drink, but when insomnia hit, he started using beer to help him sleep. Before long, he'd show up to games after a few cool ones. He once joked that he could smell beer on his jersey, saw 3 rims, aimed for the one in the middle, and still had 30 by halftime. The legend just kept growing. 36 holes of golf, 10 Bud Lights, and then straight to the arena to drop 40 on Cleveland. One betting buddy recalled how Jordan once played 36 holes, won a couple thousand, then pushed for another 18. Before tip-off that night, Jordan looked him dead in the eye and said, "We'll win by 20, and I'll score 40. The Bulls won by 26. Jordan scored 52. Who else in history could even dream of that? His aura wasn't hype, it was real, a visible force that filled the arena long before the ball was ever tossed. Opponents still talk about the moments before the battle even began, stepping off the team bus and spotting Michael Jordan leaning against a red Ferrari, cigar in hand, cool as ever, asking, "So, who's guarding me tonight?" When everyone pointed to Calbert Cheaney, you could already see the fear in his eyes. Jordan thrived on that energy. He turned every game into psychological warfare, once counting down his points backward against Steve Smith, starting at 38, 37, 36, until he hit 0, which, of course, meant he'd dropped 40. He sank free throws with his eyes closed, switched hands mid-air in the finals just to embarrass defenders, and made legends look like rookies. Nobody was safe, not teammates, not rivals, not even presidents.